Quick note before we start. This video is based on common mistakes I see in my own experience. Results vary depending on your specific AI tool, use case, and workflow. AI performance improves with better practices, but individual results will differ. Always test and iterate to find what works for you. With that said, let's get into it. Here's the thing. Most people who say, AI didn't help me, or AI is overhyped, are using it completely wrong. I see it all the time. Someone spends 10 minutes with ChatGPT, gets mediocre results, and declares AI a waste of time. Then they go back to their old workflow. But the problem isn't AI. The problem is technique. In the next 12 minutes, I'm going to show you the 7 biggest mistakes I see people make with AI tools. And more importantly, I'm showing you the exact fix for each one. Because once you understand these, AI stops being a gimmick and starts being genuinely useful. Let's go. Before we jump into the mistakes, let's talk about why this keeps happening. Most people approach AI like Google. You ask it a question, it gives you an answer, you move on. That's the mistake right there. AI isn't a search engine. It's more like a smart colleague who can help you think through something, but only if you actually collaborate with them. You have to treat AI as a conversation, not a transaction. You have to give it context, iterate on answers, and pay attention to what it's doing. Nobody teaches this. So people come in with low expectations and worse technique, get bad results, and assume the tool is the problem. It's not. Mistake number 1 is vague prompts. This is the biggest one. I watched someone ask Claude, "Write me a blog post about AI." What came back was generic AI 101 content that could have been written years ago. Useless for their audience. Useless for their website. Then they concluded that AI can't write good content. Here's what actually happened. They asked a vague question and got a vague answer. The fix is stupidly simple: be specific. Instead of, "Write me a blog post about AI," try this. Write a 2,000-word blog post about the biggest mistakes freelancers make when adopting AI tools. Target freelancers aged 25 to 40 who are skeptical about AI. Use a conversational tone. Include 3 real examples. Assume zero technical background. Make it scannable with subheadings. Include a call to action to book a free consultation. See the difference? That's not a prompt, that's a brief. The more context you give, who you're talking to, what problem you're solving, what format you want, what the goal is, the better the output. Every single time. Spend 5 minutes on the prompt, save an hour on the result. Mistake number 2 is using the wrong tool for the job. I see people use ChatGPT for something that Claude would absolutely crush. Or they use Notion AI for something that needs actual reasoning. They get frustrated and assume the AI space is oversold. But they're using the wrong tool. Claude is exceptional at writing, analysis, and deep thinking. ChatGPT is great for fast conversational answers and quick brainstorming. Notion AI is best for organizing and categorizing existing information. Pictory AI transforms written content into video. Each tool has a different strength. The fix: understand what each tool is actually good at and route your tasks accordingly. You don't need to own every tool, but know the ones you do use. Read the documentation. Run a few tests. Know the limits. Mistake number 3 is not iterating. This is where most people completely miss the point. AI gives you a first draft. Most people either use it as is or throw the whole thing out if it's not perfect. Neither is correct. The first output from AI is rarely exactly what you need, but it's usually 50 to 70% there. And getting from 50% to 90% is way easier than going from 0. I'll ask Claude for a script, the first draft comes back, I read it, mark it up, and say, remove the section on this, make that part more conversational, add an example here, make the opening hook punchier. 3 iterations later it's great. Most people never get to iteration 2. They just give up. The fix. Treat the first output as a starting point, not a final product. Have a conversation with the AI. That's good but is way more powerful than that's bad, start over. You save the most time by iterating quickly, not by trying to get perfection on the first pass. Mistake number 4 is treating AI like Google. Related to the prompt issue, but worth its own conversation. People ask AI a question like they're asking a search engine. They want a factual answer. And when AI doesn't give them current events or recent data, they think something is broken. But that's not what AI is for. AI is best at synthesis, ideation, structure, and explanation. It's not great at giving you real-time information or facts it wasn't trained on. So if you ask Claude what was trending on Twitter yesterday, it probably won't know. But if you ask it to help you brainstorm 10 angles for a blog post about remote work, it's going to nail it. The fix. Stop asking AI to be Google. Use search engines for current facts. Use AI for brainstorming, drafting, structuring, explaining, and iterating. They're different tools for different problems. Mistake number 5 is not giving enough context. Someone says, I need help with my business problem. AI has no idea what their business is, what the problem actually is, or what matters to them. So it gives a generic answer. Then they complain that AI doesn't understand their unique situation. But they didn't give AI their unique situation. The fix is to give context up front. Instead of, I'm struggling with my business, try, I'm a freelance copywriter with 5 clients who all want weekly content. I'm spending 60% of my time on admin and only 40% on writing, which is where I make money. My biggest pain point is project management. How can I restructure my workflow? Now AI understands your situation and can actually help. The rule. The more context you give, the smarter the answer. That's it. Mistake number 6 is ignoring the free tiers. I talk to people who say they can't afford AI tools. But Claude, ChatGPT, and Notion all have free versions that are genuinely useful. ChatGPT Free is perfect for learning. Claude's free tier is surprisingly powerful. Notion AI has free trial windows. You don't need the Pro version to start. You don't even need the Pro version to build real workflows. What happens is people think they need the premium tool to get results, so they don't even try. And they stay inefficient. The fix. Start with free. Actually use it. Learn the tool. Get good at the technique. Then decide if the paid version is worth it. The paid versions are better, sure. But they're not going to magically fix bad technique. If you're using AI wrong on the free tier, you'll use it wrong on the paid tier too. Start free. Learn to prompt. Get good at iteration. Then upgrade if it makes sense. Mistake number 7 is quitting too early. This might be the most important one. AI has a learning curve. Not a steep one, but it's there. You need to learn how to prompt. You need to understand what tools do what. You need to figure out workflows that actually fit how you work. Most people give AI like 10 minutes, get a mediocre result, decide it's not for them, and go back to their old workflow. They never see the real benefits. I watched someone get frustrated with Claude after 3 attempts and go back to spending 4 hours writing their own draft. They were 30 minutes away from actually understanding the technique that would have saved them real time every single week. The fix: give it more than a few tries. Pick one task. Use AI for that task 3 times with intentional iteration. Pay attention to what works. Adjust your approach. Then move to the next task. You're not going to understand AI in 10 minutes. But you will after a week of actual use. The people winning right now aren't the ones who got lucky on their first prompt. They're the ones who spent time learning the tool and building workflows. That's it. Here's the quick recap. 7 mistakes, 7 fixes. 1. Be specific in your prompts. More context, better results. 2. Use the right tool for the job. Claude for depth, ChatGPT for speed, Notion for organization. 3. Iterate. The first output is a starting point, not a final product. 4. Use AI for what it's good at: brainstorming, drafting, structuring, thinking through problems. Not for real-time data or search. 5. Give it context. The more AI understands your situation, the smarter its suggestions. 6. Start with free tiers. Learn before you pay. Good technique on free beats bad technique on paid. 7. Give it more than 10 minutes. 1 week of intentional use will teach you more than any tutorial. The people using AI effectively aren't smarter than you. They're not using secret tools. They're just using the tools the right way and iterating. That's genuinely it. Here's what I want you to do right now. Pick one task you do regularly, something that takes you an hour or more, something repetitive, something you dread. Go use Claude or ChatGPT on that task this week. Actually spend time with it. Give it a real brief. Iterate. See what you get. If you're making one of these 7 mistakes, your results are going to improve the moment you stop. And if you want more real-world AI workflows and honest takes on what works and what doesn't, subscribe to AIIQ. I'm documenting all of this as I build it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. This is AIIQ, smarter tools, bigger results.